What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and if you didn't know, now you know. What is going on, YouTube? I am Germ here, and if you didn't know, now you know. TSM did defeat Sentinels last night in the grand finals of the FaZe Clan Valorant Invitational to become champions. This is a really epic rivalry that they have going, where they have been in the finals the last couple of tournaments together. They've both always been playing against each other. They've had some really crazy matchups. A lot of their matchups are going into overtime, having some crazy games. They're two huge organizations with huge personalities, and it's been great for the scene, and things have been going really, really well. And in this video today, we're going to be talking about why I think, or why I'm pretty sure that Valorant is going to become an absolutely massive esport, and we're just in the early stages of watching something continue to grow and come to life, and it's going to dominate the esports scene for years to come. So first up, one of the big things that's going on, obviously, is they're having all these tournaments. Right now, with coronavirus, quarantine, COVID-19, all this stuff going on, you can't do LANs, you can't do big tournaments, you can't do international events. So NA, EU, all these different scenes are just having a bunch of local online tournaments for just, pretty much regional tournaments, where NA's had 3, 4, 5 of these already. TSM's won some, Sentinels have won some, Cloud9's made some big appearances in some. We've just had a ton of games going on. Pretty much, it seems like every other weekend or every other week, there's like a big tournament. And stuff's been going really, really well. This is a brand new game. The full version has been out for just over 2 months, and they don't even have a good viewing client to watch for the streaming and stuff. They don't have great observer tools or anything like that. The game still isn't even fully developed. There's still a lot of sound, audio issues, a ton of problems with the game. But the game itself is so fun. It's so good. It's such a good game. It pretty much takes CSGO and, in my opinion, improves on a lot of what it does wrong and makes just a better game for a more it does. I feel like it does better with casuals, but it also does lend to a very competitive, very great overall experience. And we're seeing that just in these tournaments and everything that's going on. So again, TSM, they are calling themselves the Kings of NA. They did win the tournament last night. But the bigger thing to take away was this was the best Valorant tournament to date. Almost 175,000 viewers combined, and a great storyline for the game. Huge future for Valorant esports. Tweets out Slasher, who is a big name in the esports just journalism scene. And he is definitely correct. TSM did secure a $25,000 championship prize, and it's positioned them as the best team heading into future tournaments. And this is crazy. 175,000 viewers combined. That was between TSM Myth had a really big stream going, and FaZe Clan was streaming it on Twitch, and there's even some YouTube and stuff, some streams of it, where I bet they had upwards of 200k viewers all together. I'm not sure where exactly these numbers are all brought from, but I know that it's crazy that they're doing this well because, again, this is not a LAN. This is not a huge international tournament. This is not a tournament with even a huge prize pool that is getting a bunch of advertisement, publicity, and hype. This is a $25,000 tournament to the first prize winners, which in the grand scheme of things in big esports right now is really nothing. If League of Legends had a tournament like that, or maybe not League of Legends just because they're so massive, but if a different game had a $25,000 prize pool for the championship, that wouldn't be that hype. Fortnite, when they have their massive tournaments, those are millions of dollars. In League of Legends, it's $1 million, and Dota, millions of dollars, and all these things. We're seeing multiple hundreds of thousands, $1 million tournaments, prize pools, all this stuff with so much on the line. And Valorant is already doing so well a couple months into the game's life, where the game, again, it's not a finished product. It's not fully completed. These teams are not built up. These players are not built up. A lot of people don't know about the players, the orgs, the teams, the game, anything. And it's not huge major events, and they're putting up insane numbers. Some other stuff that's going on is the first NA Ignition series peaked at around 50k. Second one was about 80k, and this was the third one at peaking about 160k. So they're seeing massive growth from tournament to tournament as people are getting more excited about the esports. The teams are, they're starting to put out tons more YouTube content. They're streaming a ton more. A ton of these players are gaining a ton of just popularity, publicity, everything, and it's starting to grow their brands, their team's brands, and the esport as a whole, and the game as a whole. And again, as more people begin to play it, as Riot puts out tons of amazing content, tons of new skins all the time, new agents, new maps, new game modes, they're really improving the game at a rapid pace at pretty much a weekly basis at this point, with they have in the future planned pretty much huge content drops every month or every 2 months, which is going to be great for games. Going to keep it so fresh, exciting, and interesting. And again, if anyone can do this, it's going to be Riot. They've proven that they know how to develop an esport organically. They know how to not rush things. They know how to create awesome moments and just, again, create hype. And first, it starts by creating an awesome product, which, again, I think Valorant is an awesome game. I think they've improved on so many things that people were kind of sick and tired of CSGO, or just didn't really enjoy that much, and they made it more open to a casual audience while still being a very, very competitive game at its core and still having a lot of skill expression and things. And then there were some other things that Valorant esports numbers did plummet after the initial hype and the top variety streamers bashed it. But again, there are a lot of things that make this a very, very exciting esports. It's going to be spectator friendly. It's going to blow up. And this, again, is while the game isn't even near perfection. Fion on Fire talks about how there's directional audio issues, bugs, spectator mode that is far from complete. But again, it's getting everyone from casuals to ninja hyped up. And another thing is this game is getting very big internationally. In this tweet, Fion on Fire talks about how the game's becoming wildly popular in Japan. And in this day and age, for an esport or a video game or anything to blow up, you really need to get into those Asian markets and into those Asian countries. And by being able to do so in Japan and Korea, China especially, you can really make a game do well. And again, Tencent owns Riot. They're going to be pushing this game probably worldwide, pushing it everywhere, trying to make it really, really a worldwide international success. And that's just going to make it even better for international tournaments and stuff. These viewership numbers are pretty much just NA. Like, I'm sure, there's some EU people watching it, but I don't think there's a bunch of, like, people in China or people in Japan or whatever watching TSM play Sentinels. Once this gets to an international stage, even of just piquing the interest of European countries, let alone the Asian markets, we're going to see viewership and numbers just fly through the roof. Another thing when comparing these numbers to CSGO numbers is that there was no drops for a tournament like this. This isn't a major, this isn't a LAN, this isn't anything, and there's no drops, and that is something CSGO gets a huge viewership boost from. All those things, like having majors, having LANs, and having drops enabled is all make it go crazy. But again, Valorant is building up some huge teams, some huge personalities. Wardell has become such a huge sensation so fast. Tens, obviously Sinatraa coming from Overwatch, he's already a big name. People love guys like Skadoodle, Brax, ton of big names, Scream. There is people coming over from other games that are already huge stars. There's people making a name for themselves in Valorant. There's organizations. All the big organizations are in play. Cloud9, TSM, Sentinels, Immortals, all this stuff going on. And I think it all is just leading up to the inevitable, which is that Valorant is going to be huge. And a lot of people might be a little bit skeptical or not sure about it, but I can promise you guys, come a year, 2, 3 years from now, Valorant is going to be a huge esport. It's going to rival CSGO, and it even has a chance to take it over. I know there is a lot of people speculating about how the salaries and stuff are becoming too inflated, and it's a bad investment and all that stuff, but it is that. Even if they are overpaying for people a little bit right now, it is just an investment. It is just a lot of speculation, but I think they're making a calculated bet. And also, this game is so similar to CSGO and so many other shooting games that while, yes, we might not have the best players, we might not have the future stars of Valorant figured out right now, so paying all these guys a little bit too much probably doesn't make sense because they probably aren't going to be the players of tomorrow. But some of these guys have so many FPS hours and just FPS hours in general that this isn't esports 10 years ago. Players who are good in CSGO and can make the change to Valorant are going to be some of the top players. And people from Overwatch and people from other FPS games, whether it be PUBG or, whatever, Fortnite, they're going to be good across multiple games. These are going to be people that have put in a ton of FPS hours, have a ton of great just aim and game sense, and are able to pick up new games fast. So I won't think, I know Monty has talked about how he thinks they're overpaying for the wrong players and they're not going to be the stars of tomorrow and all that stuff. But, I don't know. I think that guys like Tens and Wardell and guys like that are here to stay. Even though, are some of the players on some of these teams not going to be around a year or two from now? Yeah, sure. But I don't think teams are making a bad investment, even if they maybe are overpaying a little bit for players right now, even though that is just entirely speculation. But yeah, just all these things I want to cover in this video today, talking about how I think Valorant is going to be a huge esport in the future. I think the writing's on the wall. I think it's going to be huge. I think people should get in on it early. I think all organizations need to start developing Valorant players, streamers, content creators, all that stuff. Because I think this game's here to stay and it's going to take over. And again, if anyone knows how to develop an esport, make it stay, make it last, and make a game stay and last, it is Riot Games. And I think they have an amazing opportunity to do so. And I think once coronavirus gets over, we can start having some LANs, international events, majors. I think that's where you're really going to see this game explode. But I think it's already having mini episodes of exploding right now, right in front of our eyes. But yeah, the FAZE Valorant Invitational was awesome. It was a great tournament. It was definitely the best one to date. It was so exciting. And the rivalry of TSM and Sentinels is also going to help bolster this game so much because people are going to be interested in that. People love the trash talk. People love the huge personalities on the two teams, and it is absolutely top-notch gameplay. Those games are so back and forth. They're so exciting. They're so close, and they're the two best teams in NA right now for sure. So it's like top-tier talent, top-tier gameplay, and such exciting stuff to watch. But yeah, pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about Valorant esports? Do you think it's going to be the next big thing, or do you think it's going to flop? Maybe like some stuff like Overwatch League or Rainbow Six or something like that, where maybe it's not going to get to that top tier of esports. Subscribe to update on all this content. Consider becoming a channel member today. Hopefully I catch you guys in the next one, but until then, peace.